The courts, in fact, the judicial services, the court secretary, Andiswa Mengo, has continued with her testimony about alleged inappropriate messages sent by Eastern Cape Judge President Selby Mbenenge. The Judicial Conduct Tribunal earlier heard how she was allegedly asked to be sexually intimate. Mengo claims she responded to the advances by sending a Bible verse. Mbenenge could face impeachment if found guilty.
Utata, as I have mentioned initially, he is a leader in the church. He understands very well the Bible. This particular verse, I saw it suitable. And this specific verse in the Bible, as it is written, starting with the no, there's a comma after the no, and the no being written in capital letters. That was then my way of assurance to him that that which he asked me is not going to happen.
All right, let's continue the conversation now. And Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo following the proceedings, and he joins us in studio this afternoon. Junior, good afternoon to you. This has got to be an uncomfortable story to cover simply because of the nature of what is being discussed at the tribunal. How old is Judge President Mbenenge versus the complainant?
Indeed, a very uncomfortable story, even especially for the witness, the secretary, Mengo. Basically, she is 36 years old. He is 63 years old, so 27 years apart, basically.
And the nature of the allegations against him, just take the viewers back a little bit. How did they come to surface, and what has been his response thus far to these accusations?
So Mengo basically worked as the secretary at the Makhanda High Court. So she's a junior staffer there. And the judge president obviously being the highest individual in that judiciary in the Eastern Cape. So this came to light after it happened during a period of about 15 to 18 months. This is between June 2021 and November 2022. This is when this happened. There were text messages that the secretary received from the judge president, and also even when they met in person, there were these advances that were made to her, and she felt uncomfortable to a point where she finally reported the matter to the Judicial Service Commission, which is the body basically in charge of making sure that judges' conduct is held to the highest standard. Yeah. So after she reported this matter, this is why we had this tribunal that was put in place. It's expected to start from the 13th, which was Monday, and end next week on the 24th. So about 2 weeks to basically talk about some of these allegations that are being made.
A very uncomfortable situation for Ms. Mengo. How has she responded to these advances? Because the sense I got, having read part of her testimony, is that she did not want to upset the judge president because she still would like to keep her job. And so, in a way, it's as if she needed to make him happy, but at the same time, make sure that she almost fends him off, but in a gentle and nice way. Just talk to us about what some of her responses have been, because there also has been a lot of text messages exchanged between the two.
Indeed, basically today was spent looking at some of those text messages that were shared between the judge president as well as the secretary. Today we managed to go through the messages that were sent in June, so only a month that we've managed to cover in the past few days until today. So she basically tried to outline how she had to be nice to the judge president because she feared that if she was very adamant about saying no to to his advances, then she might have lost her job. We heard today in the morning session where she said about 4 times, she basically said no to his request basically to meet in a secluded place where there's privacy, according to the messages that we read out. And she had to consistently say no. In some cases, she resorted to using emojis as well as stickers so that she does not offend him by typing it out in words, basically, and saying that I do not want to meet with you. But it was a very taxing testimony that she had to deliver. On 4 occasions, we had to basically stop the proceedings with the tribunal chairperson, giving her some time to compose herself, because she broke down about 2 times. We adjourned for 15 minutes each. There's a point where she also broke down again, and she requested a minute where she tried to compose herself in front of everyone who was present there. And at some point, she requested to leave the room and go to the restroom to just try and compose herself.
So part of the argument there might be power relations, but that will be left to the tribunal to sum up the testimony, and of course, ultimately, they will have to rule on this matter. What has been the response from the accused? What's he saying?
In the past, when these allegations came to light, it's been years now since they came to light, he has defended himself. He has suggested that unlike what the witness is saying, that this was unsolicited, this was actually a consensual relationship that the two of them had. So he is painting that picture of us having had a relationship. This is why she was not dismissive of my advances, basically. But we are yet to hear him speak before the tribunal. This is going to happen next week, we understand. Also, his legal team, he is represented by Moses Kakane. He's represented former President Jacob Zuma in the Armsdale trial. And he has a lot to say about how he has been received by the general public for representing individuals that might be seen as tainted. In one of the podcasts, he had a lot to say about this. But we do expect him also to cross-examine the witness and just some of those responses that she said. There's a point that was made where she basically said that you look handsome to the judge. And she explained that, saying that he had sent me a picture, and after sending me a picture, I noticed that he was fishing for a compliment. So I gave him the compliment because I saw that if I did not give him the compliment, he would be insistent. She spoke about instances where if she stopped texting the judge, because he used to send most of these text messages late at night. Once he stopped sending texts to the judge, he would literally send 3 or 4 messages, one after the other, trying to ascertain why she's no longer responding to him. So she felt that her job was unsafe if she does not respond to these texts.
Just very quickly, is he present in the room as this testimony is being led?
Indeed. He was present from the morning until about 3 o'clock, where the meeting was adjourned in the room. You can see him. He has grey hair all over. So when you look to your left from where we were seated, he's very visible. But he was also engaging in the testimony, writing things down as the witness was giving testimony. At some points also calling Advocate Kakane and having discussions with him as the proceedings were going on today.
Very embarrassing situation, but I guess what is important for the general public is that the judiciary is once again in the spotlight, and it is not for the work that they are supposed to be doing, but the conduct of individuals that is threatening to bring it into disrepute. Thank you very much, Juniour Khumalo, for that particular update. We're going to follow that tribunal very closely.